Longtime Rhode Island Congressman Patrick Kennedy announces he's stepping down at the end of his term.
Now, having spent 2 decades in politics, my life is taking a new direction, and I will not be a candidate for re-election this year.
That announcement coming in a message taped for television, and it's sending shockwaves through Rhode Island and Washington.
Patrick Kennedy has been a fixture in local politics since 1988, when he was first elected to serve at the State House at the age of 21.
6 years later, he won his first term in the U.S. House of Representatives, a position he's held ever since.
The congressman has had his share of ups and downs during his time in Washington, much of which he served alongside his father, the late Senator Ted Kennedy.
Just a short time ago, I sat down with Patrick Kennedy to discuss how his father's passing played into his decision to leave office.
It's part of our in-depth coverage tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Nathan Nuosu is also standing by with more on the congressman's time in office.
But first, let's go to Eyewitness News reporter Sean Daly, who's live at the State House, where he covered the start of Patrick Kennedy's political career more than 2 decades ago.
Yes, it's the news that's reverberating throughout Rhode Island and the country. The state's best-known politician from the country's best-known political family, Congressman Patrick Kennedy, is leaving politics.
We all know how difficult the past few years have been.
The news came from the man himself. 8-term Democratic Congressman Patrick Kennedy released an emotional video that's set to air on Rhode Island's TV stations Sunday night.
Now, having spent 2 decades in politics, my life is taking a new direction, and I will not be a candidate for re-election this year.
Patrick Kennedy started his political career at the State House in 1988 while he was still a student at Providence College. He went to Washington 6 years later in 1994. During his 16 years in Congress, he pushed for greater medical coverage for the mentally ill, citing his own struggles with addiction and depression. Congressman Kennedy also was a tireless and accomplished fundraiser, and as a member of the powerful House Appropriations Committee, which doles out federal money, he made sure plenty made its way to Rhode Island.
We all have to step up to the plate, and we have a good delegation.
Does this make your job now that much harder with this economic mess we're already in? Now no Patrick Kennedy?
I won't say, well, yes it does.
22 years after he began his political career, Congressman Kennedy's decision to end it following the death last summer of his father, the late Senator Ted Kennedy, leaves no one from the storied Kennedy clan in public office for the first time in more than 60 years.
Rhode Island, thank you.
From Providence College to the State House to the United States Congress. And now to points unknown. Live at the State House with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Sean Daly, Eyewitness News.